Hey there, thanks for taking the time to join me once again on the No Neutral Moments podcast. A lot has been happening in my world, and I wanted to give you an update of some things that are happening, especially the exciting news about the book that we'll be releasing here very soon. And just to bring you up to speed, probably about almost 2 years ago now, we started working on this book idea because I just noticed after all these years of spending time in the pews, like most of you at church, just an attender of church and volunteering in church. And then I went from there. I'd come out of the business world and then I went into the pulpit and I was pastoring a church for almost 2 decades. And then I went into politics. Some of you know the story of my time as mayor, had to navigate through COVID and numerous other issues that really took place during that time. And then I went back into the business world and have stayed involved in politics and different issues. But the thing that kept nagging at me was just how divisive things were getting. And I know the conversations have been running pretty hot and heavy in the news and over all the things that have happened in our culture and in our country. Won't go into those details. Everybody's aware of those, but have become even more, I guess the word to use is excited about the burden we're sharing with this book. Some of you have heard the title of the book. It's called The Middle: How the Quiet Majority Can Mend a Divided Nation. And we've been working on it for quite some time. We've been editing through it. We've been going through all the processes to get the book to market. And I'm here to tell you at this point, it's going to be released to the public on March the 3rd. But I want to use this podcast to let you know that you can now pre order the book even as we speak. You'll be able to find the links in the show description, and we'll be getting out other ways for you to find the links and be able to order the book. And we hope you will join with us in what we hope will become really a movement of the middle. And I know some people have said, well, what is the middle? I mean, you have to stand for the truth. There has to be right and wrong. 100% agree with that. 100% agree that we have to be people of conviction. We have to be people who stand for the things that are right and stand against the things that are wrong. But what the subject of the book is how we have to stand for truth. We have to stand for what is right, but we also have to stand for each other and we have to honor each other. And there are ways for us to disagree without being disrespectful. There's a way for us to really live under the mantra that we've heard for hundreds of years now, that we believe these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and have inalienable rights that have been given to them by their creator. We can study not only my faith tradition, but many faith traditions around the world who all have in one form or another what we would call the golden rule, which is do unto others what you would have them do unto you. And somehow there has to be a movement of people in media, talking on the streets, having conversations at the coffee shop, wherever these things might be happening and these conversations might be taking place, where I believe the vast majority, I would actually call it the 80%, are wondering what's happening to us, that we have become so angry at each other, that we have become so divisive towards each other, that we have, as one author called it, we've begun to otherize people. We don't even think of them as fellow human beings. So we can return to this place where I think the silent majority is to say, hang on a minute, we can come together as a nation. We can come together even with opposing views. And as the late Stephen Covey used to say, we can seek to understand before demanding to be understood. And all of this can bring us to a place of respecting one another. We still may not agree, but the way we disagree is becoming a problem. I was actually reading a recent article talking about how we seem to have even become desensitized to how violent we are towards each other. They've done these studies of all the Google searches when tragedy occurs, and within days, people aren't even talking about it anymore and talking about how people have been hurt and how people have been divided. And we're just exacerbating this through the way we talk to each other and about each other through social media, through the way we talk to each other and about each other just in conversations. We look at one another as the enemy rather than as fellow citizens trying to figure out how to do life together, do it the best way we possibly can with the most reward for ourselves and for others. So we're excited about this book. We're expecting, as one person told me, they said, are you and the people around you ready to be a part of a movement? Are you ready to kick off a movement that says, hey, let's call a timeout. Let's call a collective timeout. Let's elevate the voices in the middle who are tired of being torn apart by the extremes on the left and the right. And let's find a way back to respect. Let's honor disagreement, but let's not disregard one another. Let's not disrespect one another. Let's find a way to become one nation under God that truly is indivisible. I hope you'll join us in this work. I hope you'll be watching to see what happens as we produce more material on social media, as we ramp up the podcast. There'll be a website to follow. Join with us in this movement. Very soon, you'll be able to pre order the book. Again, it's called The Middle: How the Quiet Majority Can Mend a Divided Nation. Hope you'll join with us. Thanks for taking the time to listen, and we look forward to bringing you updates and having greater discussions.